Hey creators, I want to take a minute and show you all the amazing ways that you can use this really special tool that I have available for you that I call a Pagination Planner for your picture books. It is a storyboarding printable that you're going to find so useful, but it's not an ordinary storyboarding printable. It has a lot of really useful features that I created because I personally needed the help. So let me show you. I want to show you all the features of my powerful one-page pagination planner that helps you both pace the writing and sketch out the storyboard illustrations. Once you purchase this planner from me, you can print in color if you find that more inspirational, or in black and white as it's very economical in terms of the cost of black ink. As well, you can use this tool digitally. I illustrate in Procreate on the iPad, and so I have a video here on the channel showing you how to import the PDF that you purchased from me, how to import it into Procreate on the iPad and use it as a template for storyboarding digitally. So you can check for that video on the channel. But today, let's look at this as a printable. So I like to print out a stack of these, and I can use them to both plan out the text and the illustrations, and I don't treat them as precious in the sense that I will often crumple them up, throw them away. You can even use a light board and keep transferring your sketches and thumbnails over from one to another and building on your concepts. And you'll see that I have a lot of little built-in symbols, words, little bars that represent space, and I'm making suggestions for the flow of your picture book. So let's have a look at all this. First, you'll see that I have created 32 pages because that is the typical length of a picture book. There are typically 32 pages long. If you need more pages in your planning, then you can get crafty and either cut out an extra spread that you tape here if you're using paper, or digitally you can copy and paste some squares, just kind of cover up your spread planning symbols with a layer in Procreate on the iPad. So you can get crafty if you need more pages to be represented, which sometimes happens to me. But since we typically work with 32 pages, I have them covered here, and you'll see that they are in square format. Square is typically how I guide students and beginners in both publishing and in illustration, because it's a really great composition to work with this sort of two squares side by side. But you'll see that I have a really great feature built into the printable, that I have a grayed out area for you on both sides of the double page spread that represent where basically if you just ignore the grayed out area, you are then working with a vertical format of a book. So this printable is versatile. You can use it as a square page or the vertical pages if you just ignore the grayed out area, which comes in really handy. Now you're going to wonder, what are all these bars here that say things like front matter, optional, world building? You can ignore these if they're not useful to you, but here is why I think they're going to be very useful to you. When you are laying out the flow of a picture book, you want to keep in mind how to pace the book in a way that brings you from page 1 to page 32 with a really great flow. And in my writing picture books class that is free right here on YouTube, I teach about all these different aspects, the world building, conflict, and resolution of a typical story. And you can check out that playlist for the writing part of this. But here what you're seeing is my suggestions for how to pace when you go to paginate and take the text of the story and put it into the flow of what page it lands on with the illustrations. I have these suggestions. You'll see that from page 1 to 3, I suggest the front matter. Front matter is all those important informative pieces in the beginning of a book. You can see I have another video. Check out that one on front matter. I have 4 and 5 set apart as optional, meaning you can start your story here on 4 or 5, or if you need more front matter, there you go. You can use that optional. And then around page 4 or 6, you're going to start the world building. Check out the free writing picture books class to know what is world building. But everything in your story that is all that setting of the character and the environment, the setting up of the story could I suggest happen between pages 6 to 10, and then switch into the building of the problem and conflict climax, all in this middle section of the picture book. This is where things are intense. Now we're in the middle of the story. And then you'll see that I have the suggestions of bringing it into the resolve to where the world comes back to the perfect, wonderful place, on page 31. And then I have page 32 for your back matter, where you could advertise all your books there on the back matter, whatever you want. Now, these are suggestions, not hard and fast rules, but I find when I'm pacing things out and I have this little tool there for me, I'll be like, yep, let's stay within the world building. Let's pull some of that text back onto another page, or let's bump that forward because we're starting the conflict, and it just helps me to pace. And pacing is really important in picture book creation. Now you'll see on the bottom here that I have spread planning symbols. These symbols are for the very beginning of storyboarding illustration. They're specifically helpful for the illustrators, whether you're the writer who is suggesting to the illustrator, if you're working with another illustrator, you can use these symbols to suggest where you want certain types of illustration. Now, when I say types of illustration, check out another video I have, but I'm speaking of whether it's a double page spread, a single page spread, a spotlight, framing, or vignette. These are the top 5 most popular types of illustration in picture book for the pages. And so this tool could be used for a writer to pass on information to an illustrator, or if you are the illustrator of your own picture book, you can use this to pace out your illustrations. Now, let me give you a quick overview of what that would mean to pace out your illustrations. In the beginning, right before you would even sketch thumbnails, you could have a look at your manuscript and the pages that you've broken it up into. And you can look and say, I want to open up this storybook with a double page spread. And that's my symbol for a double page spread. Then you can say, okay, we've got this great double page spread, like a boom right in the beginning. Now let's move to a single page spread, and I'm going to make up a hypothetical character, a panda named Meggie. So Meggie the panda is putting on her shoes, and I'm going to do 3 little spotlights here, and this is my spotlight symbol. And this tool helps you to go through and do a quick pacing, because one thing we don't want to do is cluster too many of the same page types all together. For example, you don't want to just have like a whole bunch of double page spreads in a row. You want to have like just a nice pacing and spread out of your types, and it also really distributes your work and really like the amount of time you're going to put into different illustration types. It helps to distribute that evenly through the book as well. So it does help you with the amount of work you're going to do. And, once in a while, you'll throw in just a simple framing, and you'll say, oh, this page can be a frame, and I don't really have to illustrate a full picture here. And so this is a great tool for the illustrators and for the writer to pass on ideas to the illustrators. Now, once you've done that initial passover of all of your spread planning symbols, and you've paced these out, showing yourself how you want to flow, you can then take another printout and referencing what you have happening on the spread planning page, you can then say, okay, I'm designing a double page spread here, and this is what's going to happen on that double page spread. Once you have all of your spread planning symbols paced out like this, you can then take another print off of the Pagination Planner where you start to do thumbnails and get ideas that correspond to how you've paced out the story. So I use this just as like step one as an overview. And then now we can start sketching out thumbnails to the story. I hope you found this helpful to see all of the features that I've created in this powerful one-page pagination planner. That's a mouthful. Say that 10 times fast. One-page pagination planner. One-page pagination planner. You can find the links for this very affordable one-page pagination planner in the links below. You'll find the links to this resource as well as other printable tools that I have available for picture book creators, such as a story builder template that helps you brainstorm and get out your entire story up until that first messy draft. It takes you through all the prompts that gets you forming the whole outline of your story. As well, I have a writing picture books exercises that gets you exercising the key skills to writing picture books. And it accompanies the free class that I have here on YouTube on a writing picture books playlist. It's a free class that takes you step by step through all the essentials that you need to know for writing picture books. So find that here on the channel. If you found this video helpful, hit the thumbs up, the like, subscribe, hit the bell to get those notifications, all the things that YouTube loves. Until next time, picture book creators, happy creating.